Welcome to today's video, where we'll be discussing a topic that has stirred up plenty of debate and controversy among football fans: the current NFL players that are most disliked. Whether it's their on-field antics, off-field behavior, or simply their style of play, these players have managed to garner the ire of fans across the league. From quarterbacks to linebackers, we'll be taking a closer look at who these players are and what exactly it is that makes them so despised. So buckle up, get ready for some heated discussion, and let's dive into the current NFL players football fans hate the most. Main part. Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh is a formidable defensive tackle that any team would be lucky to have. With a Super Bowl championship under his belt, he's a valuable asset every time he steps onto the field. However, there is one concerning aspect of Suh's playstyle. His reputation as a rough and potentially unsportsmanlike player has caused some controversy throughout his career. In the earlier days of his time in the NFL, Suh's frequent fines for his on-field behavior turned many fans off. In fact, he even set a league record for the number of fines he accumulated over his career. Kareem Hunt. If you're familiar with Kareem Hunt, then you probably know why he's regarded as one of the most disliked players in the NFL. He was caught on camera committing a serious offense, which led to his dismissal from the Chiefs. In the video, Hunt is seen kicking a woman in a hotel. Many agree that regardless of the circumstances that led up to the incident, resorting to violence in such a manner is never acceptable. The incident has had a lasting impact on his career and is something that continues to follow him to this day. Deshaun Watson. A player who had the potential to be one of the best in the league was unfortunately hindered by poor personal choices. Numerous allegations made against him throughout his career have caused most NFL fans to disapprove of him. His troubles, which have been widely reported, include accusations of serious crimes such as sexual assault and misconduct. While accusations should be taken seriously, as the number of accusations against this player continues to mount, many fans have shifted their attention to other standout players in the league. Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey's exceptional skills on the field make it hard for even the most ardent Rams supporters to dislike him, but some have reached their limit. He's aware of his talent, which has led to several instances of him publicly expressing his opinions on other players. Ramsey's previous conflicts with his former Jaguars coach had already sparked concerns about his attitude, and his behavior has only reinforced those worries. While many acknowledge his abilities as a player, some believe that his arrogance may be hindering his potential. Josh Norman. Norman's combination of talent and outspokenness seems to be the root of his unpopularity among fans. He's not afraid to voice his opinions on other players and isn't shy about expressing his dislike for them. As expected, this has led to him trash-talking players with devoted fan bases, resulting in widespread criticism from NFL fans. While Norman's tendency to speak his mind has undoubtedly contributed to his unpopularity, some argue that the criticism he receives isn't always warranted. Ezekiel Elliott. It's no secret that NFL fans tend to harbor animosity towards the Dallas Cowboys, regardless of which team they support. Even Ezekiel Elliott, a key player on the Cowboys roster for several years, hasn't been immune to this widespread dislike. The problem is that in today's climate, a single accusation of misconduct can have devastating consequences for an athlete's career. Elliott's suspension by the NFL following allegations of misconduct only served to amplify the negative sentiment towards him and the Cowboys. This incident gave critics even more reason to disdain the team. Richard Sherman. While self-confidence is undoubtedly a valuable trait in any sport, Richard Sherman's level of self-assurance may be excessive. He's been known for his outspokenness throughout his career, which has caused many to dislike him, but his recent actions have only made things worse. At this point, it's unclear whether Sherman will continue playing in the NFL, as his recent behavior has landed him in significant trouble. While he hasn't officially retired from the sport, it's possible that this talented player may never grace the field again. Odell Beckham Jr. Football players often make headlines for negative reasons outside of the playoffs, and Odell Beckham Jr. is a prime example. His short fuse has led to several peculiar behavioral incidents, which fans and journalists have organized into various timelines. Despite his undeniable talent, many fans prefer to focus on the sport rather than Beckham's off-field antics. As a result, they view him as a liability to any team he plays for, regardless of his abilities. Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is undeniably a valuable player in every game he participates in, but even fans who support his team tend to dislike him. The reason for this is that Hill has a history of making poor decisions. He was dismissed from one team following an arrest for domestic assault, to which he later pled guilty. In a later incident, he was investigated for child abuse. For most fans, the outcome of these investigations is irrelevant. They hear the accusations and are unwilling to support someone with such a history. Aaron Rodgers. The animosity towards Aaron Rodgers is a perplexing phenomenon for many. He's undeniably one of the most accomplished quarterbacks in NFL history, with impressive stats to back up his status, yet fans continue to harbor a significant amount of dislike towards the Packers' mainstay. Critics claim that Rodgers is a poor leader, a complainer, and one of the most egotistical players on the field. It's possible that he has become overly invested in his own hype, which has created problems not only among fans, but also among his fellow players.